Scientists at NASA have been tracking 3I Atlas, a comet from outside our solar system, the third of its kind. Though not expected to pose a threat to Earth, astronomers everywhere are closely studying it to understand what it is. But I have inside information on what it really is. Well, not a comet, it's actually one of Russell Wilson's red zone throws. Welcome to the Moonstam Cast. I am Jordan. This is all right, it's 4th and goal. Let's be conservative. The stands call me. Brian, Brian, how are you?
Good. Dude, I hope tonight. So we're recording this on Monday.
Yeah.
Well, this is our first new. We're jumping to 2 episodes a week. We're recording our first Monday show, which means we don't know what has happened tonight. For Monday Night Football, I hope it redeems the last 2 primetime games because actually Dolphins Bills was bad, but it wasn't good football. If that makes sense.
Well, I have a stat on that later that I'll tell you and be like, oh, this is why it wasn't good. This weekend, for at least the NFL, the only good game I watched, and that was in the quad box, was the Eagles-Rams game. That was the only, and that was like, awesome. that was also only really a second half game. So like, I don't know if this was just a bad weekend for
Broncos Chargers was great too.
Broncos Chargers was good too. I forgot about that. I did not watch that as close as I should have. But like, I will say as well, remember 2 weeks ago where I said, this is going to be a weird season. This is about to be a weird season. I think we have our first, I'm correct weekend, so far. So, but yeah, no, hopefully tonight's probably, because last night I was hoping something would happen, 2 nights ago, but last night, I was hoping the Chiefs and the Giants will put on a stink fest or something like that to make it redeemable. Turns out the Chiefs are still okay-ish and the Giants are the Giants. And Jackson Dart is the most highlighted man to not play football, from what I've learned. So a lot from that game sucked, but hopefully tonight it's better.
I think it's time. I think we've seen the Russell Wilson. I think he had a really good week last week, and people were like, you know what? He still got it because the Cowboys game was just an absolute clusterfuck of a shootout. And then he came crashing right down to earth. So I think it's time. I think Russ is done.
And it's like, okay, Malik Neighbors was guarded super well. Malik Neighbors was not he did not affect the game at all. At the same time, I think what is the most beautiful analogy or metaphor for what Russell Wilson's career looks like at this point is that goal line stand, let's call it, or that red zone play where like 3 out of the 4 times he just threw it out the back of the end zone, especially on 4th and goal for some reason. I don't
crazy, bro. Like I'm happy it happened because it overshadowed what CJ Stroud did in the Texans game with that. It was like 4th and 2.
Yeah.
And we just needed the 2 yards, and he took a shot at the end zone and I was just like, why? I don't understand. But now that's a bitch and complain for later.
Yeah, we have a whole Texans Jags thing to talk about. But no, Russell Wilson looked like a geriatric at times, genuinely lost. It looked like he was in a store being like, I'm sorry, he stole something. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm old. I don't know things. It's like, sorry, I'm old. I don't know how to throw a football anymore. I don't know what the end zone is anymore. Like, he just looked lost, which the Chiefs defense was okay, but like, it wasn't great to make him so confused. It was just, he was bad. He was ass. He was the ass man.
He was terrible. It's bad. I fully understand the entire fan base of the Giants asking for, if you're not going to give us Dart, give us Winston at least, man. Give us something.
Well, the funny thing with the Dart stuff is he came in for like 2 plays and I think it was like a RPO Wildcat formation, like a run pass option, and then he gained yards twice. And then they brought Russell Wilson in to do the same thing, which they didn't gain yards. And then for the last 4 minutes of the game, I don't know what was going on. They just kept showing him on the sidelines warming up, like he was gonna get in the game at any point. I don't know if Dayball called and was like, "Hey, by the way, we're gonna put him in," and like it just never happened. But it was the funniest thing in the world because I was like, "Am I missing something? Like, what am I missing in this situation that he keeps highlighting him?" But poor Jackson Dart, poor you. Sorry, you should be in the game.
Yeah, Giants should really feel bad. Like Giants fans, they should really feel bad with the direction of this team. And that's coming from Texans fans, which we're kind of in the same boat but different levels. But at least we don't have a former quarterback that is a top 5 quarterback in the league right now out there on a different team.
I do have a couple more notes on this game.
One of which wasn't a transition. That was just that's just a blanket statement.
Yeah, no,
like that. At least we don't have that heartbreak out there. Watching, like, if Deshaun Watson wasn't a sex creep, sex pest, and B was lighting it up in the NFL while we're struggling, I would just be like, defeated. Well, at least we don't have that. But Giants fans, they've got to be so upset.
Daniel Jones, and we'll talk about Daniel Jones in a second. Actually, we'll talk about the Colts in a second in general, because I have a lot of not a lot of notes, but I have a lot of thoughts on them, because I don't understand what happened. I truly don't understand what has happened. I don't know why for years we were like, we should, like, even when the pandemic made me a minute, we were like, fuck, we kind of wish we were the Colts. And then during the luck, we were like, we don't really wish we were the Colts, but we wish we had luck at least. And like, we kind of like them. And then for the past couple of years, we're like, oh, the fucking Colts. Okay. And now it's like, oh my God, I wish we were the Colts again. Like, oh my God, they're killing it. Just a quick note on this game. I have a take on Scatterboo, which is 15 years ago, he would be the best fullback you've ever seen. He runs like what a fullback would run. Now he does not always get the 3 yards. He goes for 10 plus yards. I'd worry about his body in some capacity. He's like, was it X-Men? One of the movies where like the guys running through walls, brick walls.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, the Juggernaut. Yeah. I'm it's like, I'm Scatterboo, bitch. And then he just runs through like 3 defenders. That's the most, I mean, it's awesome to watch. Like if you're a Giants fan, we talked about how much you should feel badly about your quarterback play. At the same time, you'd be like, dude, just give him the ball every time. Like, he may not get you 10 yards every time. I mean, he won't get you 10 yards every time, but he will like go through 5 defenders getting 3 yards. And it is, honestly, of all the things I've seen this season, that's the most fun thing to watch so far. Is that just like, he's not a huge guy. I mean, he's a huge guy, but he's like a Derrick Henry where you're like, oh my God, that's a large man right there. He's a big guy where it's like, oh, he's just a wall of a human. It's like the unstoppable force coming at you at all times.
There's 2 more movie comparisons I've got for you besides I'm the Juggernaut. I don't remember which Hobbit movie it is, but they need to like break a wall, and there's this there's this troll that has like a cinder block, and he slams it, and then he like dies. And someone was like, "That's going to be Scatterboo in a couple of years," and I hope that doesn't happen. But the other one I've seen is The Longest Yard, where I forgot. I don't think it's a famous actor, but he's the white fullback for the guards. And he walks over and he talks to, the running back. Oh God, who's played by, was it Nelly?
I don't remember. I don't remember watching the movie, so I can't help you here. I'm sorry.
And he goes, "That's how a white man runs the football." And those are the 2 movie things I saw on Twitter last night. It was beautiful.
Okay, I have one more comparison, which is the Toy Story. I don't want to use my head. Like, we have to use your head. I don't want to use my head, except he's the opposite. He's like, no, I actually want to use my head badly. And I don't know if you saw the Bussin' with the Boys talking about scat. It was, I think, the Arizona State spring game, maybe last year or 2 years ago. I think it was last year, but like 2 years ago, but before last season, where they were talking about like Will Compton was on one side and Taylor Lewan was on the other, and Taylor Lewan was like, who's that fucking guy? And they told Will Compton to stop running the ball as much with him. He's like, no, we're going to fucking lose if we stop running the ball. He's the best thing about this team. So again, if I'm a Giants fan, I'm like, listen, my quarterback play sucks. My defense, not doing much either. I got one bright spot right there.
Right.
It's all right, but like, it's not setting the world on. It's not like I'm going like, oh my God, they're going to set the world on fire right now. It's honestly not even the Texans defense. And I like the Texans defense. We'll talk about that later. But at the same time, it's like Scatterboo may be the best thing going on he is the best thing going on your team. Might be my favorite thing in the league right now, because he uses his head for everything, and I kind of love that. Also, I'll say my prediction: Chiefs are losing the AFC West. I'm still calling that. I don't think they look spectacular.
I think Chargers and Broncos are way better than them.
100%.
Speaking of the Chiefs, real quick, I just want to say to Travis Kelce, I get it, and that's he got engaged, and you may not have heard, but Travis Kelce got engaged.
Well, to who?
Arguably the most famous person in the world, at least top 5, I would say, most recognizable from an entertainment standpoint. I think politics will always have the upper hand there, but he got engaged over the offseason, and I'm just going to say I understand. And that's because earlier this year I got married. And then I also turned 30 earlier this year. And Jordan, I've gotten really old in the past 6 months since I got married. And that's because I turned 30. I'm now smoking meats every weekend. I'm playing golf once a week. And I have a sudden obsession with making sure I hit my steps and go to the gym at least 5 times a week. So I get it. Love changes you. And it changes the things. It changes your perspective in life. And maybe football isn't that important to him anymore. Because he kind of sucks ass. And it's not really him. It's not really him. It's the Chiefs' offense looks so bad. And I don't think it's Patrick Mahomes at all. I think Patrick Mahomes is still a top 5 talent at the quarterback position. I think he will be for the next 5 to 10 years. I think he's incredible. But the play calling, or just like, I don't know, burnout from all the suffering from success, DJ Khaled. But I don't know what's wrong with the Chiefs. They won the game. But it was a bad game, and they didn't look good.
There is one bright spot on that team that if I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm looking and going, oh, okay, this is what this should be, which is Mahomes and Tyquan Thornton, who I looked up a stat. Every ball, the average ball that Mahomes has thrown to Thornton, 25.2 air yards, which goes against everything Mahomes is doing this game anyway, or in the season anyway, which is those short passes. Now, I have a take as well that Patrick Mahomes is tired of Travis Kelce, which is why he threw that little thing to him, little like offset to him, where he just looked confused, where Kelce looked confused. Maybe he's talking too much about the wedding in the locker room. He's like, dude, shut. It's like when you get a new dog, you're like, I don't care that much, man. Like, great for you, but stop talking about it. I don't know if he's just like talking about like napkin colors, and Mahomes is like, I'm gonna kill this guy. Like, I can't hear about another fucking like off-white color, or I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I don't know if that's what's going on. He's kind of making him look a little silly. If I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm looking at Thornton and going like, okay, that's what the future should look like, or that's what this team should look like.
Hey, Patty, do you think we should go with cream or with champagne? Shut the fuck up, Travis.
He's like showing him eggshell versus like cream. He's like, I don't see a difference. I have great vision and I don't see a difference. And he's like coming in and be like, hey, what do you think about the dress code? Like, what do you think about this? You think we should do with a Men's Warehouse or like one of those online stores? He's like, it's the football season. I don't care. I just want to throw the ball to people. He still looks good. That's the thing. Like, this is not Mahomes' fault. Is he playing as well as he has? No. But at the same time, there's those flashes of brilliance where you're like, oh, he's still probably the best in the league, if we want to be honest with ourselves. He has it in him to be that. With all that said, Chiefs are still winning the AFC West, and I'm very happy about that.
Oh no, there's 2 very clearly better teams, and even though one of them is 1-2, well, I guess the Chiefs are 1-2, but the Broncos, man, is that not fucking heartbreaking? Losing back-to-back weeks on walk-off field goals.
No, first of all, they were playing a guy who's new. I'll say this take, who's newly virginized. So I mean, that's hard to beat right there. Justin Herbert finally lost his virginity and said, "Oh, I can have fun now." Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's not clip. Yeah, you can't clip that. This is for us only. This is for my house only.
I was gonna say he started eating beer. And you were going to be like, drink? Don't you mean drinking? No.
I mean, he started munching some beer, if you know what I'm saying. This is definitely not a clip now. Nope. So this is for our fans only.
Yep. But this is for the listeners.
But yeah, no, he lost his virginity and all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, no, like I'm actually really good at football and I can play football well. The Broncos still, by the way, look good. Like I know I pick them every week because I decided to, I do that thing, but like they still look
all right, hold on. Once again, not a clip. I just got the worst image in the world, and that he busts, and he's like leaning back, and he just goes, if I put a little bit more arc on those balls, I think Quentin Johnson will catch them.
See, I got an image in my head too,
like, but it was not clarity, but about football.
So I had a very different image in my head, which this may be a cut. Who fucking knows? Of Harbaugh watching him do it and just cheering him on, getting him super excited. Yeah. Be like, let's fucking do it.
More hips. More hips.
More hips. Put it in and out, in and out, in and out. And then next thing you know, he's like, oh, and then he's like, yeah, brother. And then he goes and plays, spectacular football. So I don't know.
I'm running no clip from 13 minutes to 15 minutes.
But I mean, that's again, it's something has changed this season. It's no longer like the what if quarterback. It's like he's ifing quarterback.
On a serious note, I mean, all the jokes are out there about his relationship status. And by the way, what a pairing! What a pairing of beautiful people!
What an unexpected pairing, though. I never thought of this.
I agree. Never knew either one of them had that in them because they're both fucking some of the best catches you could. Right? I mean, number one's my wife, but. Serious note, it's because they're letting him sling the ball. Harbaugh has, and the Chargers in the past have had we run the damn football mentality. And then Harbaugh is probably looking at Justin Herbert going, this man is so good at football. Well, we should let him sling it, and sling it he shall, and sling it well he is. There's a lot of Justin Herbert, for the past couple of years, he's a social media quarterback. Why does the media love him so much? Why does social media love him so much? He's ass. He's not that good. Okay. Unlocked, and now there's silence. It's just praise. He looks incredible.
Can I transit? Are you done with this game? Because I have a transition for us.
Yes.
Okay. This has been the week of slinging it. Not just if you're Justin Herbert with Madison Beer, you're slinging it footballs. And also, okay, I can do that again if you want.
No, it's fine. Let it go. Go.
Okay. For this, if you look at some of the quarterbacks this week, and one of which is Jalen Hurts, who has, I think there was a poster of him for whoever they played for the Rams, and maybe was it CBS who had them? I think CBS. Well, they had Stafford throwing the ball, and they had Jalen Hurts running the ball, and someone said, "Yeah, because you can't find a picture of him throwing the ball," because that's been one of the criticisms of him this season. Is like he throws maybe 5 yards at a time. He threw 7 for 9 for 10 plus yards this week. And it seems like this has been the week of slinging it because there are other quarterbacks who did the same thing. Caleb Williams Caleb Williams was also slinging it.
That is what Bear fans have been waiting for, man.
Ben Johnson, you finally did it. You finally unlocked Caleb Williams. It took two coaches, months and years. CJ Stroud trying to tear him down, delivering all his power to him.
By the way, that looks worse and worse.
100%.
As our time goes on. Like, I remember, bro was fucking. I saw this was a tweet. This is an original thought, but I agreed with it 100%. Bro was acting like he was a locked in Hall of Famer, like trying to give advice like that. And at the time, I had to defend him because that's our quarterback. God damn it! It's such a bad look right now for us, dude.
I think I also actively didn't defend him because I'm like, listen, you can be like, hey man, good job. You played a good game. Look into the future. But he started trying to give him advice. Like, you got to learn from those mistakes. It's like, I know guys who do jujitsu, and this is a weird comparison, jujitsu and like karate, or not karate, but like martial arts. And one thing that happens is all these guys who are who run the dojo are trying to give them life advice at the end of each session. It's like, hey buddy, you work in a strip mall. No offense, but you work in a strip mall. It felt the same way with CJ Stroud, where he's like, oh yeah, brother, you got to learn. You see Caleb Williams go we all had that conversation before. We're like, I don't give a fuck what you say. Like, I don't want to hear this right now. I don't like you. I don't care about you. Stop giving me advice. I think in that moment he was like, dude, shut the fuck up. Okay, I just lost a game. You're a second-year quarterback, and so stop fucking talking to me. If you're like Aaron Rodgers, obviously you go hey, that's a man who we a giant of the game. Even Russell Wilson, a giant of the game. A Super Bowl winner, both Super Bowl winners. CJ Stroud had one good season, and then he's trying to give you little man advice. It was a bad look, and it's only gotten worse as CJ Stroud has regressed. And it seems like Caleb Williams is finally taking off, no pun intended, because he's throwing the ball. Yeah. So
I think the Bears have 9 wins in them. They might get to 10 wins. I really do. If they can stay the course of what they looked like this game.
Yeah. Which
4 turnovers is not sustainable, but still.
It helps you play the Cowboys, who are their defensive guy down, their talisman down, of their own accord. It's not anything anyone has done. It's their own accord. They did that. It's the Cowboys, who are historically not going to, since the 90s, they have not put up a fight. But with that, all that said, I think it's the week of slinging it. Also the weekend of block kicks. Block kicks were the thing this weekend. But slinging it, you see these guys who we've all kind of made fun of, like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts been the main man of that ire, where it's like, you can't fucking throw the ball. He's like, oh, by the way, I can. I can throw the ball pretty far. And so he did. And I think it was 26 unanswered points in the second half. That was, spectacular. That was probably the best performance I've seen from a team this season. Only in the second half, where they just said, and I bring the Colts in this. Colts have also looked fantastic. This is the best performance I've seen so far.
Did you know that the Eagles are 17-0 in their last 17 games that Jalen Hurts has started and finished?
It sounds right, but it's still an insane stat to hear. That's crazy.
He doesn't put up the numbers that everyone wants to see. Spreadsheet warriors are a cancer on sports, where they don't watch they just look at spreadsheets and look at numbers, and they're like, he's ass, he's good. Stats matter, don't get me wrong. Film matters a lot too. Mm-hmm. Situations matter a lot too. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback, and I don't understand the discourse anymore. Sure, does he have talent all around him? Yes. Brady had talent all around him. Mahomes had a shit ton of talent around him. Peyton Manning, for his second Super Bowl, had arguably top 5 defense of all time and one of the most stacked offenses weapons I can. It's incredible. Yes, as a Brady guy, the boy was loaded, especially when he went down to the Buccaneers. That was a stacked fucking team. Why is that a bad? What do you want? Do you want to? I think, you know who ruined this for everyone? Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki ruined this for everyone because Dirk Nowitzki won the heaviest ring in NBA history. He beat Kobe Bryant coming off a championship. He then goes and beats OKC. I think gentleman sweep. I think it's sweep, gentleman sweep, or sweep, whatever combination it was. Beats OKC with Harden, Russ, and KD. Don't remember who he played the next round, but then he beat the Heat in the finals with the flu or with sick, and they were making Dirk. So everyone sees that, and they're like, "How he dragged that fucking team to a championship?" And they just expect that, that's how that's a champion. Why is it a bad thing to be a good quarterback on a good team? Why does it look like he wouldn't be winning if he didn't have this good team around him? I mean, who would be?
That's every good team ever to exist. It's also people who want to diminish a play style that they like. I saw a tweet about what was it from 2011, and you look at the tracker at the bottom, the whatever thing is called, and you see all these amazing quarterbacks who also weren't Hall of Fame quarterbacks. These are good quarterbacks. And I think people just have this idea that you have to sling it. Slinging it is the only way to play football. And there's a kind of going off what you just said with the 17-0 thing. Is there a point where if you're there, maybe we make a rule. If you're 17-0 in your last 17 games and you're Super Bowl champion, do you just get to make one rule? Say hey, tush push around for the next year. It's whenever we play King's Cup and you make a dumb rule, oh yeah, you can't say a pronoun for the next, for the next whatever. Is that the same thing where it's hey, if you go 17-0, if you're this good, if you're continually this good, you could go to Roger Goodell and be hello, Mr. Satan, how are you doing? Second off, I'd like the tush push to be effective. You can't even question it for the next year. And then you can come back next year and question it. Or you can't call the dumb offside.
Unless they win it again. They are so good, man. They are so good. Quick think of a thought of who in the NFC could match up with them and actually beat them.
I don't think there's anyone right now, and that's not a bad thing. The AFC would be more competitive than I think the NFC is right now. And I
would have said the Packers before this week.
Packers, no, I mean they lost to the. Listen, there's something about Flacco. Yeah, there's something about Flacco, obviously. Something about Flacco. But at the same time, Flacco's also, we make fun of Russell Wilson for being old. Flacco's at NFL pension age, I think. It's time for Russell to retire. Flacco can get, NFL Social Security. He gets Medicaid, NFL Medicaid, all that stuff at this point. He's a we make fun of, I make fun of Russell Wilson for being a geriatric. Joe Flacco is he's deciding who the president is, basically. He's the biggest voting bloc in the NFL, at least. So, also, I want to make one more note. Did you see Najee Harris die on the field? And Justin Herbert
just hopped over him.
And now here's the thing.
Stone Cold, baby. Stone-blooded killer.
You mentioned Kobe mentality. That's a Kobe mentality right there.
You see him look down?
Yeah, he looked down and said, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Well, so my girl, okay, not to like make a autism joke, but like my girlfriend makes fun of me sometimes because whenever I have a task to do, and like it's an important, like it's making dinner, and she's like, "Hey, can you help me?" I'm like, "Or can you come see this?" I'm like, "No, I have tasks to complete. Task must be completed. That is number one. It's my task." I feel like our kind of Tism King had the same thought. He's like, Najee Harris dies. I have tasks to complete. I must complete throw ball. Cannot help. Decided to throw the ball. I like to imagine that's one through his head. He didn't go like, oh my, okay. He goes, no, task to complete. I must throw a ball.
Hopped over. Dude, it's so, listen, no injury is funny.
No.
Justin Herbert's response to his little hop over is fucking hysterical.
A non-contact injury is horrible to see. It's horrible. At the same time, when your teammate looks actively at you and goes, fuck you, I'm completing the throw, it's kind of funny. Because, like, again, this is kind of a different Justin Herbert than what I'm seeing. And I'm loving it right now. So shout out to my Tism King for completing task, even if your friend and teammate is writhing in pain on the ground, clearly hurt. So I do want to transition quickly to another quarterback who also just fucks, and that is Baker Mayfield, who
who I was going to say the other comp. I think NFC Championship is going to be Bucks Eagles as it stands right now.
Hey, listen, I watched, by the way, that block field goal. Beautiful. All the block field goals. There was the Eagles block field goal where I want to look his name. It was Jordan Davis, who ran 18.59 miles per hour. The fastest.
Big boy.
He's over 330 pounds, and he ran that fast. And that's like, again, to show you the people, Scalabrini, the White Mamba, who said, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me. You look at this lineman, you're like, oh, these guys are closer to athleticism of like a Derrick Henry than I will ever be. And they're, 330 pounds. So that was awesome. But back to what I was saying, Baker Mayfield, Fox, I love him. I saw when that happened, I said, don't worry, the Bucs are still going to win it. In my mind, I was like, Bucs are still got this. Cause like Baker Mayfield's been on a tear this season. That is, after seeing him against the Texans, after seeing him yesterday, I'm like, dude, is he the most like dog quarterback in the league right now? Where you just go, he's got this. He may not be like the best quarterback, but he's the most dog quarterback in the league.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Like if I'm in a fourth quarter, I mean, if I'm in a 2-minute drill starting at maybe the 25, do I look around and I go, okay, maybe Mahomes or like Josh Allen or Lamar is the better option here. But like, if I can't get those guys, Baker Mayfield's my next guy. If not my first guy, because I'm like, hey, he's going to make it. Like, he is going to force it to happen. It's like Peyton Manning. I bring this up against the Texans back in 2013, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, no, it was earlier than that, where he said, hey, I have 4 minutes left. We're down, 21? I'm just going to make it happen. Baker Mayfield right now feels like the guy who's going to be like, oh, fuck it. I'm just going to make it happen. And that's why I love him. That's why you love Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
He's quite the Baker.
I had him down as my
because he makes bread.
He makes it expand. I don't know. That's the fucking baking chemistry. The yeast grows with him.
A la Justin Herbert.
I thought you could say Allah Akbar. I thought it was going a different way.
Once again, this is no longer a clip. We have talked about Justin Herbert's sex life multiple times this podcast.
We can just cut that one out. Inshallah, we cut it out. I do have Baker as my dog comeback of the year player, the most dog comeback player. And also they just have the NFC South together right now. Which you look at the Falcons. Falcons do not look good. Saints don't look good.
That was horrible.
The Panthers also don't look good, but they look good against the Falcons.
Them, man. They dog walked them.
Now, I don't know why. I looked at the Panthers, and this can be a clip. I looked at the Panthers, and their mascot is called Sir Purr. Yeah, now, Sir Purr. I for some reason didn't know that, but I said, well, hold on. They played in Wembley before. You're not allowed to be a Sir in America, obviously, because you can't be knighted. They won their one game in Wembley, which tells me Sir Purr is British and Sir Purr has an N. And so whenever we talk about moving a team to England or London or wherever, It should only be the Panthers because they're
Jacksonville
mascot.
has that unlocked, bro.
Well, you say that, but Sir Purr, I think, has a lot of pull within the organization. Be like, let's go back to my home country, chip cheerio, and
chip cheerio.
Yeah, because they've won. They played one game. They played in Munich last year, but they played one game in England at Wembley, and they won. I'm just saying. I think there's an inside Sir Purr job happening right now with his the Purringtons, who I imagine all live in London and Kensington, where I've been.
The Panthers haven't looked great this year until this past weekend. Did they take the right quarterback?
This is a hard question to answer right now because I feel like both of us are not in a. Okay, let me say this. People last week was on my TikTok where I said I don't think CJ's a leader. Took that as I do not think CJ's a good quarterback. That is not what I was saying. Yeah.
Someone said he was a top 5 quarterback. And I audibly laughed at him. He has never been a top 5 quarterback in this league. He has the potential to be. He could be one day, but he is not a top 5 quarterback. He has never been a top 5 quarterback in this league. Why are we so delusional? He had a great rookie year. Great rookie year. One of the best ever. And then he's been poo-poo kind of since. Or at least not great.
Yeah. There's a world where you could make an argument he was a top 10 in his first season, but he wasn't.
No, I'd say top 10.
He wasn't
top 5.
Yeah, I don't think he was 1 through 9. Maybe 1 through 8. But if I don't know what. It may just be a homie. It may also be people don't. People don't comprehend things. And what fucking world is CJ Stroud? I'm just gonna go through better than Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson.
He's hurt, but Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen. Did I say Lamar Jackson? Patrick Mahomes. May I continue? Even right now, Daniel Jones is better than him.
Daniel Jones is a top 5 quarterback in the league right now.
He may be. Here's the thing, Brian. I'm going to say something, and no one get mad at me again. He may not be 4 or 5. He may be 3.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Which I also found it funny that I saw Eagles fans talking about how Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the league. And Ravens and Bills fans do not like each other. But they came together and said, shut the fuck up. He's not better than Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Look, we defended Jalen Hurts earlier, saying that he's a great quarterback.
Yes.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves with calling him the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
You could
he's
argue
objectively
he's
not.
He's a psychopath. Oh my God, he's a psychopath. Did you see his reaction to the return kick, touchdown?
Yes. Yeah. He's the kind of guy who's going to read a book on the sidelines. I can't remember who did that a couple years ago, but he's the kind of guy who he's so locked in. He's what Justin AJ Brown. He is so locked in right now. He's like, okay, you scored a touchdown. I don't give a fuck. We need more touchdowns. We need more points. I want to kill them. I want the other team to feel shame after we're done with them. And that's what I love in a quarterback. With that said, he's not 1 or 2 or 3.
I have 3 quick notes because we're at 30 minutes already.
Yeah.
I have 3 quick notes before we rip the Band-Aid off and talk about the Texans.
Okay.
1, Carson Wentz is back and he kicked the shit out of the Bengals. 2, involving in the same game. Bengals desperately need to trade for a quarterback, and that quarterback should be Jameis Winston. And then 3, Colts are winning this division, and it is not going to be close.
Yeah.
They are going to steamroll the other 3 teams. The fact that Jacksonville, this will be how I transition. Oh, unless you have some more notes.
I have some things real quickly on the Colts. There's a term called proper English football, which is in soccer refers to you play hard defense, a hard tackle. You play Brexit football. Daniel Jones right now is playing proper football, where he went 18 for 25 with 228 yards and a touchdown. That's the kind of the quarterbacking we talk about, where we miss the old kind of quarterbacking, where you're slinging it kind of far. He's number 3 in the league right now, and I hate it. And the Colts, by the way, they've scored 103 points through 3 games. 103. I will bring this up every week. At the beginning of the season, said, I don't know if I trust Daniel Jones more than Anthony Richardson. Ha ha ha. Now it's oh no, not only do I trust Daniel Jones, fools. We are fools. But to be fair, I think if other than if you saying this is our Colts, this is our team, I don't think you thought Daniel Jones was going to be the fix. Their punter punted finally in this game, and the second quarter, 6 minutes in, after 2 weeks of not punting, his highlights included celebrating and being the holder for extra points or for field goals.
9.5 quarters of not punting the ball is banana land.
I think I looked up. That's the longest in like the modern game. I don't know if they have going back, but like that's the longest in the modern game. Again, I bring up and by the way, Jonathan Taylor also 102 yards, 3 touchdowns. It's just fucking absurd. I bring up earlier, we as Texans fans been years saying, "Oh, I wish we were the Colts." Like I'm jealous of the Colts with Peyton Manning. Then you had Andrew Luck. Maybe the team wasn't as good, but it was Andrew Luck. And then they had the dark period for them. And then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I kind of wish we were the Colts again." And that makes me sad on the inside because like bring back 2007. We're back, boys. Never left. So I don't, they're great. Also, just waking up to Rodgers, Isaiah Rodgers, perfect PFF grade for defense. One of the best performances I've ever seen. Aaron Rodgers also didn't get sacked for the first time since 2022. I'm telling you, it's a silly season. Last thing, Bills, Miami. I brought this up earlier. Tua and Josh, they're combined for 1.5 yards a catch. So I call it the weekend of slinging. It was the Thursday Night Football effect where it's not pretty. Amazon needs to ask for their money back. Just like we should ask for our money back for the entire offensive line. Brian, let's talk about the Texans.
Oh, hold on. This is going to be a quick little. God damn it. I need you to understand how bad football we're going to get for the foreseeable future on Thursday Night Football. And that is this week we have Seattle, Arizona. Okay. We have San Francisco, Los Angeles, Rams. Okay. Oh, that could be fun.
Good. Okay, I like that.
Philadelphia, New York. That's going to be an ass kicking.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Not great. Minnesota and Los Angeles. Oh, this is better than I thought it was.
That'll be a good game.
Oh. Here we go. Starting week 9. This is where it starts getting bad. Baltimore versus Miami.
Okay. Raiders
versus Denver.
Okay.
New York Jets versus New England Patriots.
Oh, that's a Tubi. That's Tubi right there. We put Flex on the Tubi.
Buffalo Bills, Houston Texans.
I fear for us.
We get a good game. Chicago at Philadelphia. I think that could be a lot of fun. This is for that's a Friday game. That must be is that Black Friday? That must be Black Friday.
It has to be. That's
Black Friday yeah. Then Dallas at Detroit. That could be okay. Atlanta at Tampa Bay should be an ass kicking. Rams at Seattle could be okay. Denver at this isn't as bad as I thought. Never mind. This isn't going to be a clip anymore. I remember people bitching, but that's a bad stretch though.
Yeah. I've always advocated that
stretch in there.
Thursday Night Football should be the worst game because, like, if you're watching Thursday Night Football, you're kind of a sicko. And I say that I'm like, it's a weeknight. It's not like Monday Night Football where some people work from home. It's the Thursday night, and like tomorrow's Friday, and you're just like, oh, I'm already tired. I always upset. It should be the worst game of the schedule because if you're watching, you're a true sicko who loves football. And also Al Michaels doesn't give a fuck. So like, what? he's not going to give us good commentary. Kirk Herbstreit's always already thinking about college football. So it's not like you have the primetime announced team. Give me the worst fucking teams continually. And like, I will watch it every week and be like, oh, I hate this. And I hate I think you sent a message in our Discord after this week and said, football and gambling should be illegal. And yes. I think after every single Thursday Night Football game, I should feel the same way. I should be like, let's, Teddy Roosevelt was wrong. Let's ban this shit. Let's get it off the field. Let's never deal with this again. And that's what I want from Thursday Night Football. Just like when you watch the Texans, you go, let's ban football. I never want to watch this shit again. Which, again, I've said it already this season. I'll say it again. The defense, I'm okay with the defense. Will Anderson Jr., other than his little fuck up against Baker Mayfield, where he looked like he was celebrating, and Baker Mayfield would be like, settle down, little man. Petrie, Also looking good. Stingley's hurt. I don't know if there's any update on that, but he looked hurt, and well, he is hurt, but I don't know how hurt.
Injury.
Okay. I don't know how hurt. I know he's a hip injury. I don't know how bad it is. I don't know if we're gonna get asteroid by this. This was not fun to watch. Like, it was maybe the third quarter. I was like, why am I watching this still? I have it's Sunday. I can go outside. I can go look at it's getting kind of cool. It's in the 80s. I want to go outside now. I don't know why I was watching it, and I was right not to want to watch it because it did not end well.
So Sunday morning, I wake up, and on Saturday night, we made the last-minute decision that we were going to go over to my in-laws' house to watch the Texans game because they're big Texans fans. Her father and her and I and her uncle all have season tickets. We sit together. It's a wonderful thing. Huge Texans fans. So I wake up early. I put some pellets in the smoker, put on some wings, put on some sausage. We're bringing lunch. Hour and a half at 350. I bump it up to 375 for about 20 minutes. I asked Megan to bring. I asked Megan to bring out the. This is for a clip reason. I asked Megan to bring out the foil trays that we're going to bring everything on. And I open it, and she goes, wow, they're smoked, they're done, they're cooked. And I went, yeah. And that's exactly the 3 words I used when I looked at our fucking team. Smoked, done, cooked. What a fucking disaster this team is. The defense is. If I'm a defensive player on the Texans, I'm pissed. Like, as a. Oh God, it's just so fucking frustrating. CJ doesn't look good. Our offensive line is. There is to give him solace is that there is offensive line troubles. All of them are bad. It's all of them. But CJ doesn't look good. He's had bad offensive lines before. He's looked okay or good at times. It's just, Jordan, I don't know what to do. I'm talking in circles. I don't.
Okay, one thing.
How are we worse than we were year one with D'Amico and with CJ and with this team? How are we worse than that? How are we worse than last year?
I have a theory, and this isn't a theory I created over years of watching football and watching GMs do this consistently. For some reason, I don't know if Nick Caserio is the same way. It could not be. I could be just stupid. I have this theory that whenever you have a really good quarterback, for some reason you go, oh, he can do it. And you don't think to invest in the other things that are necessary, like an offensive line that can block. Because the thing is, Brian, as much as CJ can't get it done right now, we can't even really run the ball because the offensive line is not creating holes. I think our run offense is averaging 4 yards a carry, which is good. But that doesn't account for all the times it can't do much because the offensive line is not helping them. It's not just like CJ can't get it done because he can. He's not doing it done. And I don't think this is fully his fault. I think he doesn't look the same. I don't think he looks as good as he was. I think he's mentally broken down. He looked excited when Nico caught that touchdown pass. And that's the first amount of emotion I've seen above I'm distraught the entire season. But I think there's this thing that happens, and I don't know why, that whenever you get a good quarterback and you get some good reps and you get a couple good receivers, not great, good receivers, all of a sudden you're like, oh, they can just get it done. And you're not thinking hey, if my quarterback has 1.3 seconds to think, and that's not the stat, but I'm making it up, has 1.3 seconds to think of what to do, it's either he's going to throw hospital balls as quickly as possible, or he's going to throw nowhere. Like what happened on that interception where he underthrew the ball so much, but again, the pocket was collapsing like crazy. There's only so much you can again, I blame TJ for some things. There's only so much you can blame him for when you see that the offensive line actively wants to hurt him. And I say that not jokingly. It seems like they do not give a fuck if he's whatever happens, which has begged a question with me, Brian. He wore the New York Yankees hat to the press conference, which is kind of like Jalen Hurts, we've spoken about, wore an Astros hat during the 2022 World Series. But he is from Dickinson, which is Houston. And it makes sense. And I'm I don't love it, but I get it. If I'm a Phillies fan, I'm I don't like that. But you kind of get it. If CJ wore a Dodgers hat, I'd be you know what? I don't love it. I get it. he wore a Yankees hat, which I feel like was symbolic, and I could be so off base. It wasn't like a cool Yankees hat. It was just a Yankees hat. At what point does CJ Stroud go to Casario and go, I'd like a trade because I can't play football here because you're not allowing me to. Because not only do I not have the receivers that I had, I don't have it's not that he doesn't have the offensive line he had. He does not have an offensive line. The line does not exist. The line is imaginary. The line is like negative I. It's imaginary. It does not exist. And so you ask yourself, at what point is CJ Stroud a professional quarterback, play football he's done well his entire career up until season 2, because you have to. Or what point does he go, I can't work with this. You guys are not helping me. It's either that or Andrew Luckett, and I go, hey, it's been, nice 6 years. I'm starting a book club. I'm going back to Ohio State to be their GM. At what point, if you're CJ Stroud, and like, again, this is not me blaming him. It's not calling him a bad quarterback. It's me saying, realistically, if I'm CJ Stroud, I'm already a little fucking tired because it's been 2 seasons, and they knew after last season, like, hey, the offensive line is, I don't know if they were the worst, but we're in the bottom 5 at least, and it's not gotten better. And you wear the Yankees hat and you go, I'm already, like, it's when we've both dated people where you go, like, you kind of, and now we're in long-term relationships, and you go, like, you're dating someone, you're like, this is not going to work. I gotta kind of start preempting this breakup that's going to happen, and just like making sure, like, seeing what things are. I mean, like, telling the girl, like, maybe not this weekend, and then you break up. Is this the same thing as CJ's doing? He's doing the preemption where it's like, I'm gonna wear a Yankees hat while the Astros are sliding down they're not doing well. They're losing the Mariners way too much. Do I wear the Yankees hat? Does that mean like going like, hey, like, man, this week I'm going to hang out with my friends, and maybe we don't get dinner this weekend? And that's where this is going. Is our breakup with CJ Stroud?
Can I offer you one piece of good news when it comes to the Texans?
Please do.
We have our first round draft pick.
Woo.
And it better be the best available offensive lineman. And then all our second round draft picks better be the best available lineman. And then all our third round draft picks better be the best available offensive lineman. Holy shit. I am so sick and tired of this. I feel like this has been the biggest thing with the Texans for so long. It's insanity. It literally just repeats itself with Carr getting obliterated in his first 3 seasons, with Matt Schaub at the end, he's getting obliterated because we didn't have an offensive line. Deshaun Watson, may he be cursed, getting obliterated because he didn't have a line. CJ Stroud, same shit, different fucking day, and I'm sick of it. It's just, how do you not understand how important an offensive line is? And maybe, just maybe, last year was bad. Just maybe, a fire sale of your entire offensive line is not exactly the answer. And then you don't use that much draft capital on, we used 1 second round pick, and we did not hit super heavy in free agency. We brought in a lot of offensive linemen as replacements. What did they think was going to happen? Like, stats nerds and film guys and just pure football guys, all 3 of them, none of them are like, this is the line. This is the line. This is a good offensive line going into the season. I don't understand the incompetence of not understanding how important an offensive line is. When you have, I got to be careful saying this. When you have, I was going to say generational. When you have a quarterback that you want to be your long-term solution, a la the Bengals, how are you not investing in an entire offensive line to make sure he gets touched as little as possible, to make his life as easy as possible? It's so frustrating, Jordan. And I'm spoiled when it comes to offensive lines, because normally very, very good. This year's been a little shaky, but a lot of the times our offensive line is incredible. And then injuries happen, and then it all goes to shit, and then we get our ass kicked by Ohio State. Anyways, Normally our offensive line is very, very good. So watching a very stout, good offensive line on Saturdays and then watching for the past 20 years on Sundays, a quarterback run around begging, please block for me. Oh God, another 300-pound man who can run a 4.6 is chasing after me. Oh God, what am I going to do? I don't know. I don't understand and I don't know anymore. And it's just, I'm done, bro. Like, of course I'm going to watch. Of course I'm going to go to the games. Of course I'm going to support. But like, this team has just broken me. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Is it going to be? There is a small chance that we win 3 games this year. 3 games. We're going to go 3-14. And it wouldn't surprise me anyway, unless some drastic change come. And honestly, I'm tired of D'Amico, Ryan. It's the same shit every press conference. We're right there. We just need to get the job done. We're right there. We're so close. We just got... No, the fuck we're not so close. We have 2 touchdowns on the season. 3 touchdowns on the season. We have 3 touchdowns on the season. We are not so close to figuring it out.
I'm looking at our schedule. A couple things. One, there's a reason I posted throw for Fano on our Twitter account because he's probably the best tackle in college football right now, even though Utah did not look good this past weekend. They sucked for luck. We got to throw for Fano because we need something on that offensive line. 2, looking at our schedule right now for the rest of the year.
Read it off.
Well, we can go through it. I feel like 2 wins is actually not maybe the achievable goal. Next week is the Titans.
I don't know if we win that game.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know if we win that game.
Don't worry, Brian. Next week, after that, October 5th, we play the Ravens, which we don't have to guess on that one. And then we get a bye, thank goodness. And then don't worry, the week after that, we play the Seahawks, which I don't feel like that's a winnable game either.
That's
right
going
now.
to be completely dependent on which Sam Darnold shows up.
Yeah. But. Well, also the Seahawks defense, not hard to beat. Then after that, 49ers. Feel like that's also not good for us.
Kyle Shanahan always kind of just he's going to know D'Amico's defensive schemes. The 49ers might be a win depending on health.
Oh, don't worry, Broncos are after that.
Okay, so that's an L.
That's don't worry. After that's the Jaguars, which may be a W, dependent.
The Jaguars played so badly, Jordan. They played so badly and they still won. They had so many drops. They had so many miscues. If they clean it up, they're going to beat us 34 to what did we score, 10?
Yeah, I think it was 10. It was
10.
17-10. Yeah.
No, the Jaguars, it's the Colts division. It's the Colts division. The Jaguars are a better team than what they showed on Sunday, and I don't know if we're a better team than what we showed on Sunday.
November 16th, we got the Titans, which again, toss up, but I don't feel like,
I say we split. There's a win. We either won at home or we won on the road. We win one of those 2 Titans games.
I just read this correctly. That's November 16th. 4 days later, play the Bills.
Yeah, that's the biggest loss of this, like 50-0.
Don't worry, 10 days rest, then we play the unpuntables, the Colts, who it feels like a loss right now. Then we play
even on good seasons, we lose to the Colts once. So we're going to get the shit kicked out of us.
Then the Chiefs after that, which again, they don't look amazing, but
yeah, but it's at Chiefs.
Yeah, it's at Arrowhead.
In the cold. Outside.
I think we can win the next games after that, which are the Cardinals and the Raiders. I'd hope. Our defense.
I don't know if we can beat the Cardinals.
I don't know. Marvin Harrison Jr. feels like a good metaphor for that team right now, where he dropped the ball and just looked defeated, which I forgot he existed until that. I
don't know if we can beat the Cardinals, man. And I don't know if we can beat the Raiders.
Yeah. Then Chargers, that feels like a loss. Yeah. And then if the Colts are still the Colts, that's a loss. So maybe 4 or 5 wins? Maybe. That's a large maybe.
I got us at 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Unless they fix some shit real quick.
Which they won't. They don't. They don't mid-season adjust at all in this team. At least D'Amico doesn't. All right. I was going to talk a little bit more. I have 2 quick college football notes, and we can talk about the rest of college football on our Friday podcast. You know how they always say in school, don't be mean to the nerds. because one day they're going to be your boss and you don't want to piss them off. Don't be mean to your future car salesman / insurance salesman. They might give you bad rates. Arch Manning is going to learn that the hard way because he tried to like show off to Sam Houston, which is, I think, statistically the worst college football team in the nation right now. After an okay run, he tried to like flex over him. It's like, hey, one day he may sell you your car and he's going to do that thing where you're going to have $1,200 payments for 84 months, 96 months, like they do on TikTok, which is clearly not good. So don't piss off the guys who are clearly not going to go to the NFL and may actually need them one day. It was also, it looks hard in the moment. And then you use 2% of your brain power and go, well, that was the worst team in college football. And two, it didn't look that cool because, again, your NIL, it's like Coughing Baby versus Atomic Bomb. Your NIL deals or your NIL money is very different between the two. You should be scoring way more on Sam Houston. You shouldn't be like going on the sidelines getting, and I understand maybe it's a confidence builder, but like, let's build our confidence realistically. Let's not sit there and go like, oh, like, yeah, ooh, it's like me. If I'm like, I just fucking beat up a 6-year-old. Hell yeah. It's like, I've been consistently in the gym for years, lifting weights. If I can't beat a 6-year-old just in general, cause I'm almost a 30-year-old man, that's sad. And so Arch Manning, if you can't run the ball into the end zone against Sam Houston, that's sad. And so it's not hard. Please be nice to your future insurance / car salesman. That's a message for all college football players. Last note, Florida State Pitt. I have 2 new rules, or impossibly new rules. I don't know if you saw the targeting where the guy jumped leading with his helmet. I don't know if you saw this. Yeah. New rule. If you do that, you get to keep playing because that's so ridiculous. I don't know what we can call that. Like targeting's a rule for a reason. That's not targeting. That's like something like 2 times that. Ronaldo jumped into the air to hit that guy's head. He needs to do that, or we're sending him to like Iraq or China or something because that guy's a psychopath. That's the kind of guy you look at and he's like, I want to kill. When he tries to join the army, you're like, oh yeah, no, like let's send him over. Cause that guy's crazy. So that's my new, either you get to keep playing but we're watching you closely, or 2, we just send you off to war. That's really the only 2 options you have if you're that crazy. We'll talk about college football. I don't know if you have any quick college football notes you want to hit on, but
yeah, I've got 2. I'll save Notre Dame talk for Friday. One, Texas Tech is legit. I think they're going to be the Big 12 champion. They look incredible. I don't think any team in the Big 12, no offense, will stop them.
No offense
they're
taken.
breathtaking. It's actually awesome. I mean, they used NIL. I don't care. They look awesome. And 2, I was very, very, very wrong 2 weeks ago when I said, Wisconsin, it'll be kind of a litmus test for Alabama, seeing where they are because they're not a bad team. They might win, 7 or 8 games. No, that was one of the worst takes I've ever had. Wisconsin is absolute dog water. Holy shit. I am so sorry to the wonderful people of Madison. Wow. There's no words. It's bad, and I can only hope things turn around because Wisconsin when good, is a very, very fun team to watch and amazing fan base. It's not so good right now.
Well, as you say, there are no words, and I think there should be no words left in this podcast because we almost got an hour. We're supposed to be 30 to 45 minutes. We'll try to do better next week. But first Tuesday show, awesome. Thank you so much for listening. Brian, where can the people find you?
You can find me across all social medias at Auric Polaris, AURICPOLARIS, and especially at twitch.tv/Auric Polaris. Elden Ring continuing this week. Getting the absolute shit kicked out of me by a couple of gargoyles. Yeah, I hate that fight. Poison is bullshit. Jordan, where can the people find you?
Across all platforms on Moonstamp Sports, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I think we're going to change some things on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm going to try to be more active on there, so please follow us. Thanks so much for listening. We will see you Friday morning. Please make sure to like, subscribe, whatever you can do, wherever you are. I'll see you Friday.
Peace and love.